Hi guys, Pam from the Green Dragon Farm. It's time for seed haul, end of the year 2024. So far I have purchased seeds from 4 different seed companies. There may be more. As I've said in a previous video, I really don't need more seeds, but hi, I'm Pam, and I am addicted to buying seeds. So, yeah, there are worse things that can possibly have problems with, but so just basically going to go through and just show you mostly the new stuff that I've not tried before, stuff that I have had before and I'm just buying replacements for. Yeah, probably won't share that with you. But without further ado, let's get going. Okay, we're going to start out with the seeds that I purchased from M.I. Gardener. So M.I. Gardener, I've just recently started buying from the last, I think this is like the 3rd year that I've bought seeds from them. One thing that I really like about this place is that their seed packets are like $2 each. And some of them are, you know, you only get a few seeds, especially like tomatoes and things like that. Other things you get plenty. But I really like the notion of if there is a variety of seeds or a variety of veggies or flowers or herbs or anything like that that I've never tried before, I would rather spend $2 on a pack of seeds, see if it works, and then, you know, I can go upwards from there or something like that. So, like, for instance, I am constantly on a search for varieties of tomatoes that don't die an early, miserable death before I've really been able to harvest from said tomato plants. Especially slicers. Cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes I'm okay with, but slicing tomatoes, those kinds of plants tend to, you know, pretty easily. I live in I'm in Northeast Tennessee, and we have different diseases that affect tomatoes. Blight is probably the most predominant, and it's kind of a catch-22. I have before purchased seeds for tomatoes that were hybridized and bred to be specifically disease resistant, like the Mountain series, Mountain Magic and Merit and all that kind of stuff. They're supposed to be very disease resistant. I bought, I think, those 2 varieties once upon a time, and they grew okay, but the taste, it just didn't taste like a tomato I'd want to spend time growing and devoting space in my garden for. On the flip side of that, doing the heirlooms like Cherokee Purple and Brandywine and things like that, they die. So I'm constantly on the search for new varieties. Now, my current slicer preference right now is a variety called Purple Boy, which is a cross between Cherokee Purple and one of the boys, you know, Better Boy, Big Boy, something like that. And that does okay for me. It tastes really good. It does eventually die, you know, from the blight and stuff like that. I have to figure out a way that I can, because what I generally tend to do is I plant all of my tomatoes all at the same time. And what I need to start getting accustomed to is staggering planting. So like plant so many tomatoes in one bed, you know, first thing in May, which is when I usually start, and then plant some more like in June, maybe skip July since that's so hot and tomatoes don't do so hot, and then continue up until you know, maybe they start petering out in the fall. I'm one of those kinds of gardeners who likes to get everything planted out so I can not do it anymore. I have to get over that. But, so I chose, there were 4 varieties from M.I. Gardener that I kind of liked, and there's kind of a theme to them. They all seem to be the more darker, like purpley type tomatoes. The first one is Black Krim. And then there's a variety called Rose. And I wonder if this is going to be backwards. Oh well. So luckily I'm seeing it. Another one called Black Prince. Noticing a theme. And then this is more of a kind of more of a plum type more than a slicer, called Ukrainian Purple. I'm gonna try. Maybe if it works out, it'll be a good, like, for making sauce and that kind of stuff. So 4 of the 8 seeds were tomatoes. I have tried this. This is cinnamon basil. I've grown this before, but I don't know why I don't still have seed for it. So got some more. Cabbage and I, you would think living in East Tennessee where cabbage is a big thing, you know, all the greens, collard greens, things like that, you'd think cabbage would grow here. Let's wait for my, thank you. So I keep trying different varieties of cabbage too. So this is the Mammoth Red Rock cabbage, just because I like red cabbage every once in a while. I'm not going to, because usually, again, going at the you know, everything out in the garden kind of deal, I think what I'll do is I will start maybe a 4-pack of seeds and plant them out, and then see how those go, and then plant more for fall. And then, because the downside of this is it has a 90-day maturation date, so I have to be careful of these hot temperatures. Sugar pie pumpkins. I still have to figure out a better system for keeping squash bugs off of the pumpkins and the winter squashes and things like that. But I persist. And so one of these days I'm going to find one of the pumpkins that doesn't succumb to the powdery mildews and things like that. And then my last and final from M.I. Gardener is seeds for goji berries. So looking at the description and knowing that I have a lot of birds that like to come and eat my mulberries and my raspberries and things like that, and the fact that these make kind of like a good bush. Let's see how. So these bushes get about 5 feet tall. So I'm thinking of making kind of like a wildlife hedge and just planting them and letting them grow up. They start producing in about 2 or 3 years. Maybe the birds will get, you know, sidelined by the goji berries and leave my mulberries alone. So that's the thought on that. Okay, so the next seed company that I ordered seeds from is called Hudson Valley Seeds. They're from Accord, New York, so it's an upstate New York outfit. Normally I do try and stick with companies that are maybe located more close to where I am actually located. But there are a few things that have been on my radar that I found here. And I ordered from them for the first time last year. And I got things like blue phacelia seeds and Japanese indigo. So they have some stuff. I mean, they've got some older, tiny kind of stuff, kind of plants and seeds for those plants and things like that. But they also have some stuff that I've not really seen before in a lot of other catalogs, or at least I haven't found yet. And again, going with the spreadsheet that I had the video last week, I keep track of, kind of the price point for the different packs of seeds. What I'll try and do is bundle up, find which seeds, which company has the best price on certain seeds. And if I can bundle up enough of them to make it worth placing an order. If not, if there's one packet of seed that I want and from one company that has the best price, but nothing else really tickles my fancy or anything, then I just go down to the next most optimal price thing. And so what you kind of basically have to do is look at the price of the seeds and then see how many seeds are actually going to be sent to you, because it's a bigger deal if you're paying $4 for 10 seeds or like $7 for 30 seeds. So you have to decide, what is best for you. Do you want more seeds, or do you want a lower price kind of deal? So I'm gonna give flax a try. So this is blue flax. The other thing I like about Hudson Valley is in some of their seed packs, you can actually pay a little bit more, and their seed packs are way more decorative. They actually have artists who actually draw what the plants look like that are gorgeous. I did get one of those, I think it was the blue Phacelia last year, and it came in this beautiful little, almost like a little envelope package thing. And you can also buy the prints if you like the the drawings. So this is just a regular pack. It's not the drawing one. I didn't actually get one of those this year. So this is blue flax. This is the plant that people make linen fabric from. I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to make my life more convoluted than it already is, but it makes these pretty blue flowers, and evidently the pollinators like it. So I'm gonna use this kind of like in the wildflower kind of meadow type situation. I got another type of poppy called the Scarlet Peony poppy. I just like that. And this is going to be another one that's going to be winter sown and put into place and hopefully self-seed itself. I have for several years been hearing about the silver slicer cucumbers. A lot of people say that it's tastier and not quite as disease-ridden as some of the other regular green types. So I'm going to give it a try. And this is a small enough pack. I think there's 25 seeds in here, so this is going to do me for several years. The very outset, because I usually I'll plant a couple of a different variety. I do the divas and the green lights and things like that, but I'll do them in succession so they don't cross-pollinate, or at least hopefully not. So I'm just going to kind of give these a try, see how they do in my garden. Again, the bugs, cucumber beetles, and things like that. So I'm hoping maybe this will be a little bit more resistant so I don't have to spray so much. Okay, lettuce. I grow leaf type lettuces and I grow romaine type lettuces fairly well. However, my mom, she likes iceberg lettuce. But every time I go to the grocery store, there's either been a recall because of E. coli contamination with lettuce crops, or the price for, it used to be you can get a big old head of iceberg lettuce in the grocery store for about $1. And now they're upwards of like $3. Plus the fact that they are probably the least nutritious of all the different lettuces you can buy. So, and they're also fussy. Iceberg lettuces have a tendency to be easier to bolt than some of the others types, but I've been reading about this variety called Crispino that is supposed to be slower to bolt than other types of icebergs. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow maybe do a 4-pack of seeds and then just kind of succession sow them until it gets too hot. It's going to take about 2 months for it to mature. So we're going to give this a try for the mama, make the mama happy, see what happens. And then finally, celery. I have a love-hate relationship with celery. So I don't use celery that often in cooking. It's just, you know, you go to the grocery store, they either have the celery hearts that are the ones that have been kind of cut down and remove the outer stalks so that's more perfect, I guess is the word, that you pay more money for, or you get the big long old, you know, stalks of celery, you know, the whole bunch with, you know, accompanying leaves and stuff like that, and you cut down. And you know, for a recipe, you might need 1 or 2 ribs, and then you put it back in the refrigerator and then forget about it if you're me. And then it goes bad and then it ends up on the compost pile. You know, you've wasted your however much money you've spent on the darn thing. Now, I could be logical and prudent and take the remainder of that celery, chop it up, put it in individual little serving sizes, like zip top bags, and throw them in the freezer for when I need them next. That'll work for stuff that you use the celery to cook with, but not so much for, you know, fresh eating kind of deal. I can remember when I was a little kid, my mom would get a stalk, you know, just single stalk of celery, cut it into like, you know, 2 or 3 inch pieces, put peanut butter, dot the peanut butter with raisins, or she'd do the spray can cheese down the little indentation in the celery. And that was my after school snack. And so I'm not one of those people who cannot stand celery. I'm okay with celery. It's also not something that I miss if it's not included in, you know, a recipe that is, you know, that's on the recipe list, the ingredients list. But I don't mind it either. There are some people who basically say that it's water with hair in it. So I don't have that problem. But so this is a variety of celery called Tango, and it is supposed to be one of these varieties that does okay, because celery does not like hot temperatures, which once end of May, early June hit, that's all we get for like 3 or 4 months. So what I plan to do is I'm going to plant it and probably put it under like a shade cloth, and then just see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, no muss, no fuss. You know, I'll give the seeds to somebody else who wants to give it a try, or you know, just throw them out on the driveway. Like I have my own mini little rock garden going because birds spread seeds. I've had chives come up in my driveway. I had a tomato plant come up right in front of the garage door. I have catnip coming up in my driveway. I have violets coming up in my driveway. It's a gravel driveway. You'd think it'd be not the best, but it does. Okay, the third seed company that I purchased from so far this year is Baker Creek. So this is Baker Creek's. That's what it came in. There are 19 packs of seeds in here. You open up the little thing and nice little display. They have these little sleeves that, you know, several packets will fit into to keep them from sloshing around while they're being transported. For some reason, this just pleases me. I like aesthetically pleasing things sometimes, as long as it doesn't cost a lot. So Baker Creek, one of the things I really like Baker Creek, besides the fact that so far most of the seeds that I purchased from them I have been happy with. There was one well, two. I had purchased some seeds from them, onion seeds. One pack did not germinate well. And so I don't know if it was just happenstance, but I'm not going to quibble about one pack out of, however many, by now, 100 probably that I have ordered from them. Because, 19 just in 1 year, and I'll probably order more before 2025 is underway. And then there was one variety of tomato called Thorberg's Terracotta that people on YouTube were just oohing and awing about, and, how pretty it is and how tasty it is. I planted 2 plants of this tomato. One died within like 2 weeks. So I was like, maybe it's just the spot that I put it didn't like or something like that, didn't get enough water. Who knows? The plant that did survive lived long enough to give some tomatoes, but they didn't taste that great. They were just kind of bland, mealy, not something that I really look for. And this, it's supposed to be an heirloom variety, so I'm not a fan of Thorberg's Terracotta. If you are, great. Maybe it has to do with the soil, the region, things like that. But so far, for the most part, I am perfectly happy. With seed quality, the results I get, things like that. They offer free shipping on seeds and the plants. I've gotten boysenberry plants from them. I got some strawberry plants from them last year. All free. They have really good customer service if you have problems, anything like that. So I'm a fan of Baker Creek. All right, let's look in and see. So the other thing I kind of like is they send you this little card, and this is, hey, thanks for buying from us. Personal touches like that I appreciate. All right, let's grab a sleeve and start looking and see what we got. So the other thing I like, how many other things so far do I like about Baker Creek? They will send free seeds. If you purchase, as long as you purchase $10 worth of seeds, which, seed packets from them are like $3 to $4 usually. Some are more expensive, some are less expensive. But, all right. So, I probably should divide this. We'll just wing it. All right, so this is... I can't remember if this was free seed or if this is I intentionally bought it. Because usually I'm not a pink girl. It might be the freebie stuff. So this is Agastache. It's a variety called Arcado or Arcado Pink. So Hyssop. This is a pollinator kind of flower. So, you know me, I'm all about the pollinator stuff. So this one I know that I intentionally purchased. This is Phlox Blueberry Swirl. Because blue is my favorite color. And I like Phlox. So I've never grown Phlox before, now that I'm thinking of it. So crossing fingers this works. I have grown stock before. It was a mix. And it's actually, if I remember correctly, these guys are related to broccoli and other kinds of brassicas. I kind of sort of planted these guys, if this is the right, I think I'm right. Otherwise, I'll put it in the liner notes below. Cabbage worms the moths do not go for these guys. I think I actually planted them kind of as a catch crop, so I can spray the crap out of these guys instead of but they didn't go for it. Strawflowers. I don't know what. I don't know how good this is going to do in my area. So Strawflower is, I mean, they're nice little flowers, and the kind of the bonus part of it is that they will dry very easily for like dried flower arrangements. But the humidity that I have around where I live may or may not work. But I'm going to give it a try because I've just always thought, you know, they're cute. Little annual flowers. This I know was a free pack of seeds, sunflowers, ice cream. Most of the sunflowers I end up getting are free seeds. I guess probably because where my bird feeders are, I tend to get plenty of volunteer sunflowers coming up underneath them. That it doesn't really, you know, it's not imperative that I get sunflowers because they plant themselves or the birds plant them. So just a nice creamy little yellow. So I'm currently going under a renaissance of sorts with lavender. This is a variety of lavender called Ellagance Purple. I did the torch blue lavender, which is more of an annual because now that we've had some pretty hard freezes, those plants have all pretty much gone kaput. So even though they're supposed to be hardy down to zone 7, which I'm 7B, you'd think they'd be cool, but evidently not, unless they come up from the roots in the spring. So these guys are supposed to be more like regular lavender. We'll see. And so I'm always looking for new varieties of lavender that I can grow from seed. I've got my phenomenal lavender that I got as a plant that is huge. I would love to be able to find a variety that does that well that I can grow from seed. Phenomenal doesn't. You have to actually root cuttings to get more. Don't tell the people who own the Phenomenal certification. But and then this is just I'm running low on carrots, so I got this packet of new Kuroda carrots. It's just a carrot. I think I did, if these are new Kuroda, I think I've used old Kuroda before, and they grew well for me. Next sleeve. See, smile, you've got seeds. I don't know why that stuff tickles me, but it does. I'm so easy. All right, another kind of basil. This is Cardinal Basil with these red flowers. Just doing these for a different, besides the white flowers that I usually get from the basil that goes to seed on me. I generally will grow basil and not really care so much if they go to seed or not. And then I grow the Emerald Tower basil that I've grown 2 years in a row now that has yet to go to seed before it freezes in the fall. So this one I'll probably just grow specifically for the flowers because pollinators like it. I got a packet of Sugar Rush Peach peppers. Say that 5 times fast. So it's a hot pepper, but it's supposed to be fruity and taste good. So I'm going to see exactly how hot it is and either use it in salsa or make like a hot sauce out of it and make it a pretty peachy yellow pepper sauce. All right, now we're on to my tomatoes. More tomatoes. So I got 4 at my MI Gardener. I've got 4 more from Baker Creek, and I think I have more coming from the 4th company that I bought seeds from. Plus I have plenty of tomato seeds still in my seed container thing. All right, so the first one, this is Wood's famous Brimmer tomato. I don't really remember why I bought this, except that it's a slicer and it's an heirloom, and it's supposed to be very productive, which sometimes with heirloom types, they're kind of stingy on how many tomatoes they'll actually set before they go kaput on you. So this is, you know, in keeping with trying to find an heirloom that will actually grow for me. This heirloom I have hopes for because it's in the name, Spears Tennessee Green Tomato. Normally I'm not that big of a fan of green tomatoes, as in, you know, the tomatoes that ripen and stay green. I'm usually kind of more of a traditionalist and go for the red and orange varieties. Yellow are okay. The dark purpley ones, you know, that fits in with red, so I'm okay with it. But this one just looked, you know, the description and everything kind of looked interesting. Plus the fact that it originated in Tennessee, obviously. So I have hopes that Spears Tennessee Green Tomato will do well in my Green Dragon Farm garden. So the next two tomato varieties are paste type tomatoes. I've been hearing good things about Hungarian Heart, and then I'm also doing Jersey Devil. So we'll see if either one of these succeeds. So far, my quest to find a paste tomato has been pretty much underwhelming. So far, they've all seemed to kind of succumb to disease. Not been productive at all. You know, I'll get, you know, maybe 10 or 12, even on an indeterminate vine that are supposed to continue producing, and then they succumb to disease, blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So this is just echinacea or coneflower. This is just straight up the native variety. This is a freebie pack of seeds. I think I ended up with 4 free packs from them. This is Mullein, called Wild Purple. Mullein is another one. It's actually kind of a wildflower. It is a perennial, and it's good for pollinators. And I like the color purple. Most mulleins that we've got kind of growing wild around here are the kind that have just kind of creamy white flowers. Nothing wrong with creamy white flowers, but I'm more of a goth girl sometimes with my color choices. I'm trying, these are Mexican sunflowers, Tithonia. So I'm intrigued with the colors. They're good for pollinators, and just want to give them a try. Maybe they'll be good with the heat we have around here. These guys are also shorter than regular sunflowers. They're about 2 to 3 feet tall, I believe, and then have all these nice little reddish and yellowy colors. This is another freebie, Zinnia Canary Bird. So normally I'm not that big of a fan of yellow, but you can never have enough zinnias, you know? Let those little butterflies have something to play with. Another variety of carrots called Coral. I got these as free seed 2 years ago and really liked them. They do good in the spring, they do good in the fall, and they're fairly big, and they do pretty good with clay soils and things like that. So just getting them, and as you can see by that little picture, you can juice them. I've never juiced them, I just eat them, roast them, And then I also got 3 years ago, free pack of the seed of the Merlot leaf lettuce, which this is the most beautiful lettuce I have ever grown in my garden. And I ran out of seed, so I got more. So that was it for Baker Creek, at least this go around. Come January, February, there may be something else that I need, and I look on there and then order 19 more packs of. We'll just see. So next list, next package. Okay, so the fourth seed company that I've ordered seeds from, there's a story. So I purchased from Seeds and this is Seeds and Such. I ordered from them day before Thanksgiving, so the 27th of November. And of course it's, holiday, things are wild, wet and wild. I didn't really truly expect them to mail out the seeds until the following week, which they did on Tuesday, the 3rd. Remember this because that was my mom's birthday. So it left South Carolina. The town that the seed company is located in is 200 miles due east of where I live in Northeast Tennessee. Okay. On the 4th, the tracking information said that it was in Smyrna, Tennessee, which is like 250 miles due west of me. I'm thinking, okay. So the only thing that I can think of, it was coming, I won't say the name of the carrier, but they've done stuff like this before. And I'm guessing it's because of where their hubs are. Maybe possibly since Hurricane Helene came in and it destroyed a lot of the roadways to and from, say, North Carolina to Tennessee, that kind of stuff. Maybe they don't, maybe they need to ship them, flying them, rather than just driving, 200 miles and that kind of thing. Even if they drove to Knoxville, that would be a shorter distance than flying it out near Nashville. But I digress. So, and then since the 4th, there have been no updates. The little estimated delivery date started out as Saturday the 7th. 7th? Yeah. And Saturday came and went, and it changed over to Sunday. And I'm thinking, I don't think they deliver on Sundays, especially since this is free shipping. What's going on here? So I'm like, well, maybe, it's Christmas time. Maybe they'll just stick it in there and it'll arrive. No. So Sunday comes and goes. The delivery date changes to Monday. No seeds. Tuesday, delivery, it keeps changing. So finally, yesterday, I emailed the company and I said, hey, can you look from your end, because the tracking information that the carrier keeps displaying has not updated since the 4th of December, and it's now the 12th. Can you look on your end and see, anything different than what I'm seeing? And a little while later, I get an email back saying, yeah, we're seeing the same thing you are. We're guessing that the package is lost. I was like, cool. She's like, so we can either refund your money or we can reship the seeds. I was like, please reship, because, I'm obviously not going to be needing to plant them anytime soon. But, I got the stuff on sale. I don't really want to have to, go through and look for more. So as far as I know, we're getting a new shipment. So I didn't really have the seeds to send to show on this video. And rather than wait and delay the release further. I'm probably going to put this video out next week. I'm filming this on Friday the 13th. So I'm probably going to release this next Thursday, the 19th, just to spread out the videos a little bit more. But, you know, didn't want to have to wait till the seed showed up. Plus the fact that Seeds and Such, the seed packs themselves do not have the pretty, you know, pictures of what the actual product looks like. So it's not that big of a deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read out what I purchased from them, and then I'll put up the still picture of the variety that I'm getting. Okay, so Seeds and Such has this thing that the more packs of seeds you buy, the less expensive they become. This company I used to do a lot more business with because if you bought 20 packs of seeds, which if you saw with Baker Creek, that's fairly easy for me to do. The seed packs were like, I can't remember if it was $1.99 or $1.79 was the lowest. And it was always kind of a challenge for me. I would like, you know, I got to get 20 packs. You know, I need that cheap price. And so they were having a sale. So they've bumped up their prices. Their full price for a pack of seeds is like $3.99. And then the lowest you can get down to is, I don't remember. But they had, it was a 25% off sale plus free shipping for that. That's why I bought them the day before Thanksgiving, because they were having the sale. And I thought, and it brought down the price of each seed pack to like $2.84 or something like that. So I was like, okay, we'll go for it. So I'm really wishing they hadn't upped their prices quite so much. I understand. You know, everyone's had to do it, but it's just like, you know, that was my spot, my site for the less expensive seeds that I could, you know, I could buy a pack and not worry about spending $5 for a variety, you know, spend $2. If I didn't like it, you know, I was out $2 as opposed to $5. All right. So keeping with the tomatoes, I got 2 different kinds of tomatoes. Well, actually 3 kinds with a seed. They also have free seeds if you order early in the year. I don't remember what varieties these are. One of the varieties is tomatoes. Usually what they'll do with their free seeds, I've noticed, has been like newer varieties that they're kind of sort of trying out to see if they like it, see, you know, if they get comments back from customers, I guess. But I don't have the seed packet in my hand right now. If I'll look at see if I can find the seed catalog from them and find out for sure. So it looks like it's a variety of tomatoes and a variety of basil. It looks like purple basil, which I'm okay with too. But I'll put in the description, you know, I'll tell you what the variety is. And then as I'm reading the varieties that I bought, I'll put a still picture above so you can see. All right, so the first variety of tomatoes that I got was a variety called Stellar, which again, this is supposed to be a variety that's supposed to be more disease resistant and also tasty. So we'll see how it is. And then I bought a pack of a variety called Beefy Purple that's supposed to be kind of along the lines of my Purple Boy tomato seeds. So we'll see if that surpasses Purple Boy or not. So those are the tomatoes. I also bought a pack of seeds for, they're called Goliath Griller peppers, or the long, I don't think they're poblanos, maybe something along those lines, but they're supposed to be the longer, like 6-inch or more long, tapered. Obviously you grill them. I don't remember if they're hot or not, but I'll put a list of the different varieties that I've got in case anyone wants to repeat what I do. Just because I'm always looking for, just like my tomatoes, I'm always looking for a new variety of peppers. My weakness right now with peppers is hot peppers. I really want to get into making more hot pepper sauces, especially fermented pepper sauces, but I also love making hot pepper jelly. And the last year, 2024 growing season, my hot peppers just did not do well. I grew, I think it was just a jalapeno, and that entire bed, I think I do best, my peppers do best in my garden because I do not have a lot of shade. And although peppers, whether they're hot peppers or sweet peppers, they like warm weather, but they don't like the sun beating down on them. And I think they just got kind of debilitated from just too much sun. So I'm going to try and grow all of my peppers under shade cloth next year and just see. Never know. So I've got those. I also got a pack of cucumber seeds called Quick Snack. Those are ones that you can grow in pots on the decks and things like that. I'm going to send at least one plant over in a pot for my mom to put on the deck so she can go out. She has a hard time going out into the yard and picking stuff, but she can go out on the deck okay and pick some stuff. So I just want to have, something that she can go out if she feels like having, sliced cucumber or salad or something like that. I also have gotten more, a variety of carrots called Sugar Snacks. I've had them before. They're really good carrots. They're very sweet, kind of long, narrow, and tapered. They do okay in my raised beds. So I just got more to replenish what I had already used. I'm going to try a variety of broccoli called Purple Magic. It's, like I said, supposed to be purple. I have been trying for several years now to grow the purple sprouting broccoli. That's very prevalent in the UK, evidently. But it's one of those kind of things that it's supposed to overwinter. But every year, I'll start it in the fall, and I will protect it if we get hard frost or something like that, but it still just dies a miserable death. So it may just not be in the stars for me to grow overwintered broccoli like that. So I'm jealous of those of you who can. Evidently I can't. One of these days, maybe if I have a greenhouse, I can plant it in there and have some protection for it. Okay. So that's it for veggies. I got a packet of hairy vetch seeds for cover crops. Unfortunately, I already have a package of hairy vetch seeds that I still haven't used that I also bought from Pine or Seeds and Such. So I'll have a lot of hairy vetch here growing here in a while. But I'm trying, I bought seeds for 3 different kinds of flowers. One is a perennial hibiscus called Lunar Red. I actually have 2 plants of this that I started 9 years ago, that I put in the big white plastic half barrels. I think they're not liking it anymore. I throw fertilizer in there every spring, and I think they just don't like it. They're not doing as well as they had been. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out those pots and replenish it, plant something else in it, and then plant new seeds and get them actually in the ground that I can put them on the ground, mulch around them, add, you know, compost and stuff to the thing, and they'll have more room to grow for their roots and things like that. All right, the two kinds of flowers that I am going to try are Lisianthus and Foxglove. Now, I'm going to, hopefully here in the next month, I'm going to get one of those soil blocker gadgets that you fill full of potting soil, and then you kind of stamps out these nice little cubes with a little indentation to put seeds in. I'm going to see about doing that because evidently Lisianthus and Foxgloves both appreciate that more. I may also try winter sowing some of the Foxgloves. We'll just have to wait and see. Lisianthus I've tried years and years and years ago, never got anything. So I'm gonna refresh. My cat was making weird noises. Sorry. So I'm gonna see if I can refresh my knowledge of how to grow Lisianthus. I've seen a couple videos on YouTube. I'll go back and check out. I know I'm supposed to start them fairly early to give them room to grow, that kind of thing. All right, guys, so that was it for this seed haul. It's a very good chance sometime in January or February I will have purchased more seeds. So we'll do another one. Hopefully this seed haul video isn't 12 hours long. I'll have to go and edit together and see what it looks like. But I'll write down all the different varieties. Anyone wants to look up those varieties and see what they think. All right. Bye, guys, and Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Merry everything. Hi again. So this is later on the same day that I shot this video, the clips previous to that, as you can see by still wearing the same shirt. But the seeds from Seeds and Such that, you know, had been held up, and they were sending me a replacement package. Well, they showed up in the mailbox today, just like 5 minutes ago. So I had to email them back and say, hey, so if you haven't already mailed the replacement seeds, go ahead and keep them because I don't need them. So then we've got that. But so now I have all my seeds. All is well with the world. At least until I go on another seed buying binge, and then this starts all over again. All right, just wanted to let you know.